everyone. My name is Emanuel Zevallos. I'm based out of Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm glad you could jump on this YouTube video. This is actually my first video of a series that I'm creating called the Emotion Body Code series, where I'm going to take a journey to take the Emotion and Body Code certification. And what it is I've always thought how interesting when most people succeed or when they've already received their profession, they tend to look back, reminisce, make videos, and start counseling at that time. What I'm planning to do, which is a little different, is I'm planning to take you with me as far as the things that I learned, the things that I acquired, the things that I need to change about myself, and what I've found out that could really benefit others, even people who are maybe becoming emotion code practitioners yourself. You guys can benefit from these videos because I'm going to be finding every type of resource to make the practice even better. And so I'm glad you guys can join me. And so first of all, I'm going to be doing every single day, Monday through Friday, a new video. And what I'm doing first of all is to just share with you my quick background. So my background was in marketing for over 8 years, and it's not something that I was truly passionate about. I was just talking to someone the other day about what we call like the heart of hearts, and for me, what that means is, being able to look at what I really enjoy in a full package of joy. So, for example, you might love something about music, but if you really think about it, there's something even specific inside the music that you truly like. So I started reflecting on what my heart of hearts was. For example, music. I do love music, and I did play guitar, but I didn't find my pure joy until I started really listening to what I really enjoyed about the music, which was actually the voice, the vocals, and the lyrics, which then later I became a singer for a band, and the rest is history from there. Similar to with working in a business from home, what I really enjoyed was public speaking. And so once I started finding ways to be able to public speak more, I found more joy in it. So there's probably something you're doing right now that you're probably really good at, you love doing. It's within a joy that you already have, but you think you found it. But my challenge to you is to look in the heart of hearts and find out what exactly do you like about that. And there might be a whole new profession in just that area. So first of all, why did I do the Emotion Code? Why am I participating in it? So my parents both have a background of being oncologists, and so technically we had medicine and topics of medical things at the house all the time. While I was eating my food, they were debating about medical things. Now, my father on one side was very by the book oncologist. My mother was not by the book. She was open to Eastern, Western, different types of medicine, acupuncture, chakras, immunotherapy, different things like that. And so that caused her a lot of issues when she worked for Kaiser Permanente, just because she wanted to find different ways to help people. And these people actually were, by their diet and different things and by the theories that she received, actually were healed faster, And so that's what kind of intrigued me, is that my mother, no disrespect to my father, but my mother was actually one of the top people in UCLA Medical School. She tutored my father, and it seems like the more intelligent you are, the more open-minded you are to find different ways to help people. No matter what it takes, you don't go by the book. She didn't want to be put in a cubicle. She wanted to find any way that she can to be able to heal someone. And I found that very attractive for some reason when I was very young. So I think instilled in me, I was looking for something where I didn't want to be a doctor, but I did want to find a way that I can continue my mother's mission, which is heal people in any way possible. Heal people, whatever it takes. In fact, she did something where she said, my father would be about papers, would be about clinical trials. The reality is that is kind of what held my father back as far as trying things that are new. My mother actually would look at let's say there was 10 people out of 1,000 that received good results from a new type of practice or methodology. What she would do, she would look at that one and say, what's the biochemistry of that one, and see if she can duplicate it so that she can heal other people. So she was looking at the 10. My father was looking at the 990 that it didn't work, so it's not qualified for him to look into. So I like my mother's approach. I like the fact that she just thought in her mind, if I could duplicate whatever was happening with these 10, maybe their diet, their lifestyle, then maybe we can get 1,000 or maybe even 900. We just have to see what these 10 people were doing, what makes them different. And so that's always my curiosity with health, is that I always love the fact that deep down what my mother was, she was not an oncologist. She was actually a healer. She was looking for ways to help people. In fact, I love one of the two quotes of my mother, what she said once is, one is she says, there is a worse thing than passing away from cancer. It's knowing that I won't be able to heal more people. You know, that's something that my mother said, that there is something worse. It's just knowing, like nothing kills her more than knowing that she won't be able to help more people, not the cancer. The second thing she said is, she says that the difference between me and other doctors is that I treat people like they're living, not like they're dying, and that makes all the difference. Again, my mother was just way ahead of her time, and I admire what she did. And if she's looking, she passed away of pancreatic cancer, but if she's looking at me right now, I value you. I value what you've done. I value the experience that you went through, and I value the example that you gave to me. You know, so I just want to give that message out to my mother real quick. So the reality is I was working in direct sales. I was working in business, and what I found out is that there was just something missing, something that was calling me, but I didn't know what it was. So I started looking through books, self-development books, and then all of a sudden I found this book, which is called The Emotion Code by Dr. Bradley Nelson. And I wasn't looking for ways to heal people. I wasn't looking for ways to release trapped emotions. That's actually the last thing I was looking for. I was actually looking for just another self-development book. And I devoured this book, and I just couldn't stop reading it. It was actually really fascinating. And so I decided that I wanted to look into this, you know, and I wanted to find ways. And so I just recently, in the last 3 days, actually 3 days ago, I started my emotion code journey. And I'll write down in the notes of this YouTube exactly when I got started, so that way we can, you know, have a date. But I got started, and I'm taking the course. I already have about 33 people who are interested already in receiving a free consultation, and I'm going to be able to help them out. And I'm just really excited about this journey. But here's the difference between, here's what I'm going to do for everyone. One is, I believe in self-development growth. So a lot of people, you know, whether you could be a doctor, but you could also have horrible human communication skills. I've noticed that people have an imbalance, and I'm creating an audio right now for you guys. So basically what is called the sacred morning, where basically I'm going to be breaking down what I do in an hour in increments of 15 minutes to be able to balance every side out, whether it's spiritual, physical, mental, everything out. So that way when we're participating in this world, we have, number one, more energy, more self-esteem, we feel better about ourselves, and then we can perform better. And that's kind of what life is all about. If you really want to know how to acquire happiness, it's actually just service. It's just how much service can you do to the children of God here on earth. And so imagine if you can have more energy. Imagine if you can have clear ideas. Imagine if you could take all limitations off you. And so I'm taking the next step to do the emotion code on myself as I go on and receive my certification. So it's going to be a very interesting journey, and I want to take you guys with me. So it's going to be, you know, one day I'll be happy, one day I'll be sad, one day I'll be, you know, learning about myself that I didn't know. And I'm not going to be sharing super private things, but I'm definitely going to be letting you know what's impacted me that day. And I'm going to share it with you guys. And whether you're a practitioner or whether you're looking into the emotion code, you can refer to these videos, and you can maybe share it with a friend. Say, hey, you know what? You know, this Emanuel guy, he actually just went through this. I think this is exactly what you're looking for. And you never know. Maybe that might assist them. And so that's number one, is I'm going to be making this series Monday through Friday. If you subscribe down here, then you'll be getting these videos straight to your Gmail, or you'll get notifications, push notifications that'll let you know that Monday through Friday, I'm going to be growing myself, and then your guys are coming along with me. So, and then I'll be sharing one self-development tip. So it's going to be a three-part video. So 2 parts will be about things that I'm learning from the emotion code as far as my course. And then the last one is going to be what I'm reading self-development wise. It could be anything. I could be reading The Slight Edge. I could be reading Think and Grow Rich, but just basically finding ways to improve myself outside of my practice. So, you know, I'm reading The Conscious Creator right now. So All right, so this will be the first episode. You guys ready? So number one is, I just explained to you why I'm doing the emotion code is because I believe my mother had a trapped emotion. I believe that is why she had pancreatic cancer. And so I regretfully feel bad that I didn't introduce this to her before. I know she would have been open to it. I know she would have wanted to learn more about this. I think now she's excited that I'm probably looking into this right now. And dedicating my practice is to myself, to my mother, to my creator, to the idea that I could have helped my mother. And so because I didn't help her, I think the best way to help out my mother is to show people that her mission of healing people, no matter what it takes, is going to work through me. So that's my mission. That's my drive, is to be able to find multiple ways to help people to get rid of their trapped emotions, their heart walls, and people that are great people. Maybe they haven't had a horrible lifestyle. Maybe they have a good lifestyle, but maybe they feel like something's holding them back. Something either in their heart, something as a trapped emotion, or something where they can't excel the best, or maybe they've done very well, maybe they're just not happy, or maybe they want to love more, maybe they want to love themselves more. I know that the cure would be the emotion code. After I read the book, I'm very clear that it is clearly a trapped emotion or a heart wall. I am fully convinced. And so I'm excited. That's one of the reasons why I'm doing the emotion code, is just to let you know it's a practice that I dedicate to my mother, to myself, and I feel like it's my calling in life. So so then the second thing is, I was mentioning my Periscope. If you have Periscope, I'm going to be doing a Periscope every single morning, and I'll be doing sort of a replay of the YouTube video. So you can catch me on either Periscope or you can catch me on YouTube. And you can find me on Emanuel Zevallos. So Emanuel, that's my first name, and then Zevallos, Zevallos. I'm going to put it down on the brief description area. So that's number one, as I share with you why I'm doing the emotion code. Number two is power. I'm going to share one more tip on the emotion code. I already met with a doctor recently out of Tennessee, and he told me a book that I should look into. Okay, so if you guys have a pen with you, he said to look at a book called Power versus Force by Daniel Hawkins. Okay, so Power versus Force, Daniel Hawkins. He said that book was made 50 years ago, and it regards muscle testing. And you'll be very surprised. You can even muscle test someone to see what their cholesterol level is. And he's just a little numbers off, but pretty strong on it. And you can also muscle test people that have lived in other times and find truths. He thinks that's one of the greatest ways to find truths, is through muscle testing, whether someone's with you or somebody's countries away from you. And so that book is specifically about methodologies of muscle testing, and then trials and tests of it. So I will be definitely engaging in that book. So I'm letting you know what the next book I'm reading is Power versus Force by Daniel Hawkins. And then the last thing is, I want to share my self-development tip. And this is the one that I read. And this is from the book called The Conscious Creator by Chris Crone. Okay, so Conscious Creator by Chris Crone. So the paragraph, it says, okay, so your highest potential, okay, so it talks about the highest potential here. So it says, the highest potential can be achieved only by aligning with your inborn purpose. That as long as you're ignorant of or resistant to your calling, you will never feel satisfied or perform at your full capacity. So I think this book came into my lap for a reason. It reminded me that I do have a calling, and all of you guys who are listening here do have a calling as well. And maybe it's not to be an emotion code practitioner. Maybe it's to meet with one, and maybe to release things that you don't really need, baggage, and then that way you can use your talent that has been given to you to be able to provide more service for people in the world. So with that, I'm grateful that you guys watched this YouTube video. I always end with this: is, the world has a false notion that, if I'll help you out if you help me out, or I'll take care of you if you take care of me. But we all know that if we take care of ourselves, we can authentically take care of others. That's why I'll be making this video series Monday through Friday, is we're taking care of ourselves so that we can authentically take care of our friends and family. And as we take care of ourselves, we'll help our home. We can change our city, we can change our country, we can change the world. So this is Emanuel Zevallos signing off, and hopefully you guys gained some value from this. And this was actually just an introductory video, but next time it'll just be straightforward. 2 things about the emotion code and then 1 thing about self-development. And hopefully you guys can tune in, follow my YouTube. There's a Facebook as well. Look at the links below. If you, whatever social media you use, you'll be getting the messages that way as well. So glad we can be together in this journey, and we'll talk soon. Take care.